I apologize for kind of throwing this at you, but I was gonna send you guys all a like a Google form kind of with like what you wanted to kind of work on this year in your business. And then I was like, you know what? I think we should talk because um I am I'm going to be having a director meeting tomorrow night and I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do yet, but um I'm kind of thinking about going back to doing more personal team meetings so I can work with you guys closer. Not that I'm not going to do org stuff, but I'm kind of thinking I'm very much focusing with you guys on working your business in 90-day increments. I mean, some of you guys know that like quarters. So I'm doing the goal getter challenge, um, or the 90-day challenge, I should say, with the org where you turn in your tracking sheet. Has everybody seen that on the bandwagon page? Jenny's shaking her head. Jamie's doing it.
Yes.
Jamie's doing it. Kim, did you see it? I know because you've okay. Um, Beth, have you gotten a chance to see it? Okay. Sandy, how about you, hon? Oh, she's muted.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have seen it, but I need
Okay.
to look at it more.
Well, and that's one of the things I thought too, like maybe I could do, I did a slide presentation for it, but I might do where like I do like a training just simply on it. So we can go through each one of the boxes and do that because we did do that. I did a boost your business this fall that we had about 30 team members within the whole org in, and that was a really, I mean, it was super helpful this fall for a lot of the girls, and they got into the practice of doing this on a daily basis, and they've really seen some good results with it. And so I really feel like with the trend that we're having right now with social media, this is just like a must now. Like you kind of have to start to shift and spend some more time on social media as much as like we don't always we don't always want to, but that's, we need to make sure that we're doing that. And that Pampered Chef agrees. And that's why they're doing all of these social challenges with having you use a product and posting it and doing hashtag product PC and or PC prod. I can't remember what it is. I always have to
It's
look.
product PC.
Thank you, product PC. And then if you're doing a product video or pictures or whatever, you're also supposed to hashtag let's get cooking. But if it's something in regards to a recruiting, it's hashtag let's get cooking together. If that's, it's supposed to be kind of in that category. So, because then people can take those hashtags and they can search just the hashtag, and you can do that a little bit more easier on Facebook now too. I'm trying to work a little bit more on Instagram because I don't have much of a following on Instagram because it's not something I focused on. So this is kind of, all of this has kind of helped me a little bit moving in that direction, and it's not like you're going to have 10,000 followers or something in a day. You know what I mean? You're going to start with 2 and then maybe, I mean, I only have like 600 followers on Instagram. That's it. So it's not like it's stellar or anything, but I just kind of thought like, you know what? I really want you guys to be successful. And sometimes when I have, I have 6 directors under me now. It's a lot. And I don't ever want you guys to feel like, you guys are my personal team. You've been recruited by me personally, or one of my personal recruits has recruited you. So, and obviously you guys, the whole org is under me, but it's still like, it's a lot, especially with our director team growing so much, now, the other thing I might do too is invite Kathy Pingle and Crystal Stengel's team to join us on calls that we do because they do not have very big teams and they're newer at this. So since Crystal promoted to director, Kathy has 1 team member because Crystal's team went. Yeah. So it's like, it's like Kathy's kind of starting all over again, which I mean, it's a good thing because it is always kind of nice to refresh and stuff. And the nice thing is Pampered Chef gives you they call it rebuild month. So you don't have to meet your sales. Like you've got 3 months to get yourself kind of rebuilt. So that's nice. That's nice too. But it's just, they've got a way smaller team than like Sarah, Brandy, Dominique, Kim. You know what I mean? They've got Brandy's team is like unbelievably growing. You know what I mean? So they can focus on them a little bit more. So that's kind of what I'm kind of thinking. And if we don't completely do meetings together, I'm definitely gonna kind of go back to doing like once a week or every other week where we do some kind of a training. Not necessarily new consultant trainings, but different things like how to use ScentShare, how to make a reel, how to use hashtags, how to find your niche, all the like different, that kind of stuff that's become so crucial in our business. I mean, I like to say that as much as it sucks, we have to be social on social. Like nowadays, we have to. And even just the simple things that you will learn from doing the challenge, um, knowing that like you need to be posting on your personal page more. You need not just to be hiding in your VIP group all the time. The only way your algorithms are going to go up with people is if you're socializing with people. So I realized that really quickly last year when I kind of started doing something like this. I was kind of realizing that my personal feed was almost all Pampered Chef consultants. I wasn't seeing a lot of people anymore, like friends and stuff like that. That's because I wasn't interacting with them. So then they got hidden, so it's not, like how everybody always kind of talks about how, oh, Facebook and they're, stupid and they're and it's like, well, they're not really, I mean, they are hiding people from you, but it's because you're not communicating with those people. So then they don't think you really want to see that. So that's why it does that. So even one of the biggest things you can start with to start seeing people pop up in your feeds, is everybody on Facebook, you get the birthdays. Like they're on the one there where you can wish people a happy birthday. Every day, put that on your to-do list to go in and say happy birthday to all those people. That's like one way that you can get like people starting popping back in your feeds again. And then Jamie, you've been doing this very regularly because you've been kind of working on the challenge more.
Mhm.
Simple things like posting, like, do you like pineapple on your pizza? And then like, boom. I mean, I've had people comment on little things like that, just like crazy. Or like the one that I got a ton of comments on a couple weeks ago is, have you taken your Christmas tree down yet? Just it's engagement post, and it's just brings, so you're not doing those for really anything more than just bringing people back to your page and getting those people. It's not like you may not necessarily make a sale from it, but that if those people pop back up in your posts again, then they're going to start seeing your other things that you post about your business. So
Yeah, and I even made a post about like Valentine's Day, and somebody mentioned, we're already talking about that.
well, hey, if you want to get good Christmas decorations, you got to go to Hobby Lobby in July.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So that is how it works. So yeah, so I'm going to be, I don't think I'm going to get to it today because we have Empower today, the leaders do. So we will be in meetings all day today, starting at 10. We were all day yesterday too. I already know what the new products are. You guys are going to die. I'm just going to tell you, it's probably one of the best product reveals I've seen. Yeah, you're going to love it. It's pretty
Well, I
awesome.
know I got the cover one.
Oh,
What's ever going to be on that cover, I got it.
you're going to be happy. It's pretty amazing.
I know I was so disappointed last year. I like really worked hard.
Yeah. So that'll be something, if you want to earn new products, they're probably, I'm assuming they haven't told us this yet. Usually we have summer products though. So they'll probably be like an incentive like March or April to earn new summer products, like based on your sales. So usually we'll have like, who knows, like 4 to 6 items maybe that might come out for the summer. You know what I mean? They'll do that. Like, wasn't it last summer was like the on the go bowls, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
On the go bowls. And they had that the summer taste buds box.
Oh,
That
Oh,
was
yeah, the grilling thing.
Yeah, and then I feel like there was one more thing, but there's usually always like maybe like 4, maybe 6. You know, it could be like a new spice or something too. You know what I mean? Or a new rub. Could be something like that. So that'll probably be like March or April you earn it, or you know, something like that. And then usually summer items will go June 1st. But for the new fall catalog, that will be May and June usually. You earn things for the fall. The summer, the spring catalog is always November and December. So you always, like, if you really want the stuff that's in the catalog, always make sure you're booking lots of parties for those months, you know, leading up to that. So you can earn that stuff. I mean, to me, it's like, don't not get free stuff if they're going to give it to you for free. You know, I can't barely tell you the last time I bought a product. Actually, like a new product. I've usually earn them all. So I'm very diligent about that. So I can earn that stuff. Cause it's like, to me, it's like leaving money on the table if they're going to give it to me for free. So, how is everybody, I mean, how is January going? I know Kim's kind of like trying to decide if she's going to delve back in. She does no longer have a full-time job. I cannot believe you quit that job. I'm like, I'm kind of proud of you.
It was time.
Yeah.
And Chuck is working 13 days on, 1 day off.
Oh, that's always
So
out
I'm
of
like,
town? Out of
what
town?
was it?
Out of town?
Jefferson. He's
Oh,
in
that's-
Jefferson.
Well, that's not bad.
So yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about it for over a year but I wasn't sure we could financially do it. But with his hours, we could, and my mental health was suffering. So yeah.
Kim had
So,
a very
but
stressful job. She was a CASA, started out as a CASA volunteer for a, you know, court appointed
special advocate.
special advocate for kids in foster care.
Mhm.
And then it turned into a full-time job.
I had been doing it for 16 years. And
Yeah.
actually, I'm still an advocate.
Mhm.
I have one child that aged out that is in criminal trouble now that I'm still supporting, and one that's 17. He'll be 18 in like 10 months. So I said I would keep him. So still doing stuff, but not every day.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, I was paid through December. So now I'm realizing that money is not going in the bank.
It can be though. It can be. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just trying to figure out how much I want to do.
Mhm. And that's the thing is, you know, deciding probably the easiest thing to do if you're kind of like Beth is new. She's under Lori Reitz. And so she's been doing, you've been doing fantastic your first, because what has it been, 2 months now or 3? 3? Okay. I can't hear you, but
she's
Oh,
on mute.
you're on mute still. Usually bottom left-hand corner if you're on your computer.
I think it's been 2 or 3 months. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And like Sandy hasn't been super active lately. So I mean, sometimes we go through these times where you know, we can and we can't. Jenny, she was gonna try to like come in and out this morning because she's up at her nephew's hockey game up in Eagle River. But with Jenny, like she's doing as much as she can right now, but she also has to be really conscious because she's going through a divorce right now. And Mark's trying to he's being a jerk. So like she can't make too much money to show that either until her divorce is supposed to be final April 10th. So she's doing what she can, but she's also going to need to step up her game too, because I believe now she's going to get the house, which that's not how it was going to be in the beginning. Mark was. So things have switched around a little bit. So she, so things are different, you know what I mean? For everybody, not a single girl on my team is doing this or has the same kind of schedule, or, I mean, none of us have the same kind of business. You know what I mean? So, that's what I want to make sure that I'm supporting what you want. And you guys know this about me. I always am supportive of however you want to do your business, whether it's a very part-time hobby, but whatever. But I always want you guys to know that if you ever want more, just talk to me, and then that we can work on that. If something changes, we can work on that to try to get you to the next place. And that's what Jenny had to do. She's like, okay. And even Kim kind of reached out to me and she's like, okay, I might want to, might want to up my game now. And that's what we do. So, that's the beauty of this kind of a job, is you can pretty much do as little as you want or as much as you want. Sorry, guys, the dogs. Brayden came upstairs and it's like a burglar came in the house, like, that's the thing that I always want you guys to know, is that I want to support you in what you want from your business. So that's another reason why I'm going to do, this form. And guys, for the love of Pete, I'm going to try to put my headphones in, so maybe you can't hear so much, but they weren't working good earlier. I don't know why. For some reason, you guys, I'm on a meeting. For the love of God. Did I not just say I was on a meeting?
You did. You did.
Well,
but
and my office is done, but it's too freaking cold out there. So I can't go out in my office yet
oh, no.
because it doesn't have heat out there. So that's a discussion Dee and I are going to be having today, is I think I need to we were going to do a split unit and do it this summer, but like I need to be able to get in my office. So I think we're going to do something different. I think I'm going to do a portable air conditioning, portable heater.
A little pellet burner.
I don't know if I can do that out there.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's these portable things. So, but I'm like, yeah, because then I can go in the other room and I don't have 6 kids here. Well, 4 kids, but anyway, sometimes boyfriends and girlfriends are here, you know how that goes. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, so that's, I want to help you and really, focus on you guys as much as I can, to get you to where you want to be, whether, and like I said, if that is only doing 1 party a month, that's fine. You know what I mean? Some of us have super demanding jobs. Your goal is to have a discount on the products. That's fine. But if I've got somebody on this call that's like, hey, I think I want to be able to take my kids to Disney World, let's talk. Jamie, you've been working your butt off. You're doing great. So, but yeah, so I mean, that's the difference. So I'm here for whatever you want. So that's why I'm going to do this Google form with you guys. So I should be sending it out Sunday then, and then we'll talk from there. The other thing I kind of wanted to tell you guys, and some of you guys kind of know this, but I've not really talked about it in depth with you, is that I took a course over the summer last year, and I became a certified mindset and life coach through Kristen Boss. Kristen Boss is she has the Social Selling Academy. If you like to listen to podcasts sorry, you guys, stop barking. If you like to listen to podcasts and stuff like that, the Kristen Boss podcast is amazing, but it's all about social selling. So it's all in our industry, but she decided to create the social selling leadership school because so much about this business is mindset. And I think a lot of you guys know that, like, when you put your mind to it, you can really do big things. And that's, how I've had to run my business the last 22 years. As I've had to set goals and I've had to believe that I can do it. I've had to believe in this product. I've had to believe in our business opportunity, and I had to believe in my customers. You know what I mean? So that just her doing that, I thought that that was something that would be helpful for you guys. So I can coach you guys through the stories that you're telling yourself. Because really, when we're struggling with something in our business or even just simply in life, most of the time, the thing that you're frustrated about or that's holding you back is a story that you're telling yourself. It's not usually really true, because when we go through and we go through the data and the facts, it's usually not the case. It's usually a story that we're telling ourselves. I did a lot. Jenny was one of my, I had to have so many hours of coaching. So Jenny Bach was my girl that I did most of my coaching with over the summer. I had to have documented hours, and I had to take a test that scared the bejesus out of me. Like, I hadn't taken a test in you know what I mean? Like that, you know, I paid a lot of money to take this to be certified. So I'm like, oh my God. Daryl's like, calm down. My mom's like, calm down. So yeah, as a matter of fact, she gave us all shirts because I was the first round. So we were called founders, and our shirt said not calm on them. And I thought that was funny because we all were like, woo! Like we'd be crying on our calls. Yeah. So I had to do all this stuff, but Jenny will tell you, I wish she was on here right now, but Jenny will tell you, she's like, be prepared to cry. So we, you know, worked through a lot of stuff about her business, but we also, with her too, we worked through a lot of stuff with what was happening, you know, in her marriage at the time. So, yeah, so I want to be available for you guys to do that with me. So if you want to do coaching calls, you know, why don't you can tell me that on your survey as well. And the other thing is that if I see something happening, or if I hear something from you, I might just reach out to you and be like, is this something that you'd like to talk about? Like, do you want to work? Is this something you'd like to try to work through? Because I wish I would have had this years ago. I mean, you guys know that we've never really had an upline that's really helped us with a whole lot of stuff. So, you know, I wish I would have had something like that. So that's one thing that I can do for you, because I didn't have anything like that. But knowing that some of the stuff that I struggled with was just a story I was telling myself is such an eye opener now, that in the way that we talk through things, it's amazing how quickly you can realize stuff now. Because you're like, wait a second, that's not really true. You know, you go back to what the facts of the situation are, and then you're like, okay, stop. It's amazing how fast you can kind of figure out what you're, once you kind of learn, you know, how to do it. But so I want you to know that that's available, you know, too. And I would love to work with you guys on that, because there's so much, our brain is a powerful thing. And, you know, the back half of our brain, they call it the primal part of your brain, that protects us. It keeps us in protection mode. So the minute things get tough or scary, your brain tries to protect you. And that's when we're like doing things that aren't, you know, benefiting our business or our life for that matter, you know, and that's why we say phrases like do it scared, because it is scary. And honestly, if you're not scared or you're not nervous, then you're probably not growing. So that's, you know, that's the thing. It's like, like when I took that class, I'm like, oh, but I'm like, that was a good thing. It was very scary. So, so that's, you know, a couple of things for you guys to think about. So how is your February looking? How does the rest of your January look? How are you guys feeling about things in your business right now? And I mean, we're all in a safe place here. So don't everybody.
I started off really great for January because I thought I had like a lot of parties on table, but they've kind of flopped.
Yeah.
That was actually going to be a question, like, are you seeing success with table, or are you like, is it better to do in person, or
I think it
Where-
all depends on the people,
Mhm.
you know, like how they want interaction. Do they want like less interaction or like high interaction? I do have like in the description on Facebook that talks about table and shows the link for them. And then I do live posting in that party and talk to them about table, and that there's always a description, you know, the link in there so they can join.
So a lot of people are doing Facebook gateways, they call them. So they're doing like a Facebook group, but it's more just like a few fun things in there to get them to go to the table link.
Oh,
That's what they're trying to do. Because the problem with table is people don't understand it.
No,
And I have
No.
tried 3 or 4 times now, and I actually have a pretty good show average on table. And I don't want to knock it because there's consultants in this company that are solely using table. I don't like the link, the missing link of not having interaction with people, because people don't interact on table.
no, and they don't
Not
seem to get
there.
it.
That's not there. Well, that's not what it's for, basically. You have to take everything out of your head that you know about Facebook, because table is the exact opposite. People want to go there, shop, and leave. They probably will join the link once, maybe go back twice. So that's one of the things that they have told us now is put all of your posts. So like those home office emails or outlines, just post it and it's in there all at once. So a person has all of the info right from the get-go. So if they just want to go in, I will tell you, I'm that person. When I get invited to a virtual party online for something, if I'm interested in the product, it's one thing. You know, I have to be interested in the product. And if I get invited, I go in and I order that day if I'm going to order. I don't ever pay attention to the party. I laugh because this is what I do for my job. And I'm like,
I will occasionally go in just to see, because, you know, you get invited to certain kinds of things from several different people. I have several friends that, just for an example, sell Scentsy. And so then I'll get invited to those parties, and I will just to see how different their posts
Yeah.
are from
Mhm.
person to person. So I'll check it out every couple of days, but I'm with you. I already know what I like.
Mhm.
And to support them, I will just go in and order the few things that I like, and I'm out. But
Yeah,
I,
I'm usually like
I
the
am
first person that orders. If
yeah,
I'm
and right now I have a party going where the girl's like, I don't want Facebook posts. I don't want to figure out table. Could you just send me a link and I'll just post it on my personal page every few days? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. And so this weekend I'm going to send her like 4 or 5 different posts for her to add to her page to try to get that extra boost that she wants. And that's all she wanted was a couple links.
Right. And so a lot of people call those express parties. So it's basically
Mhm.
here's a shopping link. And
Mhm.
they basically just text it out or post it on their
Yep.
page. They just test, or they go through like Facebook Messenger and text
Yep.
it out. So a lot of people are doing stuff like that. Some people are doing texting parties or Facebook Messenger parties where they will invite everybody to like they'll put everybody in a message, or they'll put in everybody in one group, big group text. And either they do exactly what I'm saying, they just do one link and they might give a couple pieces of information, or I have done them. I haven't done them for a couple years now, where they call it like a 15-minute party.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at like 8 o'clock on Thursday night, I'm going to do 10 posts that'll last 15 minutes. And there's a whole bunch of info in there. And then you have until Sunday to order.
Yep.
And then the one thing that you do in there that's super important is you do have some kind of a survey for them to fill out, or like a door prize slip. So then you at least can get,
Yeah.
interactions, and you do something like fill out the survey and I'm going to give you a prize. And your prize can simply be a free e-cookbook.
Yeah.
Which we have
Tons of them.
cookbooks on, if you go to the Explore tab under recipes, there's tons. I ended up, what I did is I got all of the links for all of them and I saved them in a Google Doc. So I have all the e-cookbooks in just one Google Doc, and I can share that with you guys if you want to, because it's just almost sometimes it's easier just to grab it and grab the link. I'll just share it with you. And I've just been every couple of months, or if I see in the stir they've added, then I'll go in and try to remember to add them to that. But I do that a lot with when I do my thank yous for my follow-up. If everybody's doing, I don't know if everybody is, but there's something that we do called Everyone's a Winner. So then after they've placed an order, like the next day or two, you send a message and say, you know, thank you again for placing your order, because you've already thanked them in the party. And then I'll say, I'd like to, you know, give you a free e-cookbook. You can pick from this one or this one. So I'll put like the name of a couple of them. And, but then I'll say, but I'd also like to offer you an upgrade if you would be interested in booking a February or a March virtual party. I will give you, and you can do whatever you want to do, or you don't have to do this at all. You know, I'll give you an item that's, you know, I'll give you $10, you know, in free product, or a $25 item, or whatever, you know, however, to me, it's however bad I need bookings at the time. You know what I mean? If I need bookings or not at the time. So what I've been doing a lot this fall was I gave whisk tongs because it was new and popular. So they would get a whisk tong onto their post order, not then when they had their party. So, but so Kim, I tried really hard to go back to table again after we got back from conference, because I'm like, okay, you know, and they are saying that people are getting about $70 higher in orders on table parties than they are in Facebook. But I hate that, because I would like to be in line with what the company is doing. But to me, they also are saying, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And my Facebook parties are still working. So why would I? So, I mean, I'm not saying, I've had people that are like, my friends don't do Facebook. So then I I give them a table link. It's just one of those things where people just don't understand. They don't understand what they're doing. It's gotten better, because now they're doing that curation. So like when you go to the table link, you can ask like, what's your kitchen like, basically, like, are you a 30-minute meal person? Are you, there's all these different, and then they can click on it, and then it's supposed to be curated to them. But then sometimes they still just don't understand, like, what do I do next? They don't understand it. But, so I don't want to say like bad things about it, but I just think it's hard.
Well, and the reason I asked was, and I didn't do a lot. I think I maybe only did one, but like, it was not great. And I was like, this is really hard.
It's very much about host coaching. And that's the other thing, is there's a lot of host coaching for table out there, but I haven't found one that I think is good enough yet.
You have to have hosts that want to be coached too, that
Right.
don't
Mhm.
do all the work. And that's the struggle, because they're so used to you doing all the posts. They don't have to do anything. If they don't do it, you're still posting. And that's where I don't understand how people are getting their hosts to do everything they need to. I mean, you can ask them if you want, but like, they're used to Facebook where you're still posting. So if they don't do their daily post, people are still getting the post. I think that's the disconnect for people I've noticed.
Well, and the other thing is that really, I truly feel that if you do not have a Project Broadcast account, which is a texting service for you guys that don't, I'm not familiar with that. You can sign up through it under Pampered Perks. You can get a very low plan, but if they join a table party, they automatically go into your contacts on Project Broadcast if you have a Project Broadcast account. But it's texting. That's where you do your interaction, is you text those people. So then you, thank you for placing an order, blah, 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 blah. That's how you build the relationships, is through texting. But
Texting.
it's texting versus Facebook Messenger, basically. So,
I
and
don't
that's
have that.
something,
so-
that's something else we can, that can be something we do it. And I have it, and I don't honestly use it as much as I need to. Like, I need to be doing more. I need to be sending a text message to every person in my contacts when there's a multi-cooker sale. Like, I
Mhm.
need to be sending, but then I can follow up with those people. And there's a lot of people, this, if you're not friends with them on Facebook, it's harder for them to see your messages. So texting sometimes works better. And they do have the opportunity to like opt in or opt out, and like they don't have to accept texts from you. But that's the one thing, and is like, if you're doing table parties and you're not doing project broadcast, that's another thing. It's like you're kind of missing the boat, because you need to be able to have that permission. I mean, you can go ahead and text people on your own if you want to, but that's going to be a lot of texting.
Mhm.
And project broadcast, it gives you the permission. That's really what the Federal Trades Commission wants us, they want, think about it. Anytime you sign up for something, Old Navy, Kohl's, Quick Trip, any of those texts you might get on your phone every day, you always have the option to opt out, and you had to opt in originally. So this is basically doing the same thing. So it's following the correct protocol, so you don't get in trouble for texting people.
And then you can go in and like pick who you want. Like if you had one message that you want to send, you could send it to just one party or send it to
Yeah.
all your
Here, I'll
contacts.
show you real quick so you guys can see it. Let me see here. It'll take a sec for me to. It's got like a 2-point authenticity thing you always have to do. Oh, it did let me in this time. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Mhm.
So I have people contacts in here, which you can upload from your contacts in Pampered Chef. So you don't have to like enter everybody. So I uploaded like 4,000 people in here when I first set up my project broadcast account. But then you can go in and add everybody individually each time an order is placed. So it would look like, say, I'm just going to send this girl a message. You can put them into different categories, like you can set their birthday information in here. You can tag them as a customer. So then if I wanted to send a message, I could just send one message and tag my customers, and it would send it to everybody that I have marked as a customer. Like, and I'm just doing one task though. Or like there's different categories. Let me see if I can find my categories here. Search tags. Oh, maybe I can't find it this way. There's another tags. So I have like people that attended my air fryer workshop. I have everybody like it, when you do a table party in face, like that you're connected with home office or with, the consultant's corner, it will make a group for every single party you have then. So, so I have, like I did an air fryer workshop. So I'll probably put everybody that comes, I'm doing a deluxe multi-cooker workshop this week I'm just doing a virtual one. I'll tag all those people. So then like, say they come up with a new accessory for the air fryer, I can send a message to every single one of those people that did an air fryer or came to my air fryer workshop to let them know that there's something new, and I can quickly send it to those people. So this is a whole like training in itself, and I'm not even really that well versed in it. So I can bring in somebody to talk about that if it's something you guys are interested in learning about. But this is another way. The one thing that we talk about, or that gets talked about in the industry, but maybe we don't even talk about it enough. I'm not worried about Pampered Chef by any means at all. But what happens if tomorrow we don't have access to the internet anymore,
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
or a company folds and you don't have any contacts anymore? So having another source, and that's why people talk a lot about like how like an email list is super important, because then you've got all those people's emails at least, which I don't have an email list. That's another thing you'd have to like pay for to do. I mean, I look at my email list as connections, the consultant connection emails, the whole office marketing emails. But it's true, Pampered Chef, all of my information is in Consultant's Corner. So I've been trying to like put as, I have all my contacts in there now. I try to add everybody, but then that's one more thing. Like if Pampered Chef were to fold tomorrow, I would still have all my Project Broadcast contacts. If I decided to start another business or something, I'd still have all those contacts. That just happened with Traveling Vineyard last month. Does anybody know about Traveling Vineyard? It was a wine company. You could do wine tastings and you could buy individual bottles of wine, or you could buy them by the case. They literally did a company-wide webinar and said, we're closing our doors tomorrow. You no longer are a consultant.
Ooh,
Like no notice, nothing. So it's like, and I'm sure that a lot of those consultants didn't think to go in and try to capture all of their customers quickly. I mean, hopefully they'd have like a VIP group or something like that. But you know what I mean? Like, I mean, when Warren Buffett bought us in 2002, there's some kind of I mean, we've never been in the red. We've always been a profitable company, always too. But they did something, Doris Christopher in their contract with Berkshire Hathaway was something like they cannot change the business model of Pampered Chef. They can change stuff within it. Like they could change our commission rates, or they could change how many people promoted to direct, to promote to director, they could change that kind of stuff and incentive trips. But the actual business model of Pampered Chef with consultants, all that stuff, it cannot change until 50 years after Doris Christopher dies. So
oof.
like, we're not going, like they did she was like, I am ensuring that this company that I created doesn't, you know what I mean, doesn't change, because she believed so highly in giving, at that time for her, it was mainly women in the 80s, obviously, for women to have this opportunity. So now we have male consultants as well, but she didn't want this business model to go away. And I do think that we're one of the most respected, direct selling companies out there. And we very, very barely anybody can compete with our host rewards and stuff like that. There's nothing that models what we do.
Hey, Kelly,
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that they do have, I see that you're a member as well, the Pampered Chef Table Consultants Only
Yeah.
group that you can also join.
Yeah. And
They
I
have
did
lots
have-
of great questions in there or
And I
answers.
did have Erin Sweeter do the meeting in August about table. And she does, she does the Facebook group, but she always sets up a table link. So a lot of people are doing that now too. They have their Facebook party, but they always set up a table link. And like they can tell their hosts of friends that that are not on Facebook, you can
Mhm.
have them send that link instead. But I will for sure do a table party if I have somebody that just doesn't do Facebook. I do and say, okay, this is different, but I'm gonna, but I just still don't feel like I have the best host coaching for it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't, that's what I haven't mastered yet, where my host coaching for cooking shows is spot on. You know what I mean? So yeah. I only have about 5 more minutes, guys, because Empower, the first session starts at 10. So does anybody else have any questions? And then, like I said, otherwise I'm going to give you, I'll
The
give you
Google link.
form to do tomorrow.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kim, if you wanted to talk this week, because I know we can talk about that too, if you think that that's something.
Yeah, I mean, let me look at my calendar and maybe we can meet at Panera or Havana
Yeah.
or something and just chat. So,
Yep. And then, like
um,
I said, I'm gonna put that in the form too, like if you want to have a talk with me,
okay,
and we can kind of work on some stuff, you know, whether
Okay.
it's coaching you through something or it's like, what do I need to do to get some parties on my calendar? I will highly recommend, if you haven't RSVP'd already, Cindy Tokley from Home Office is doing a meeting about filling your funnel. So that's like learning how to fill your funnel, basically like taking this show and how to get bookings from it and filling all the needs. Boys, stop. So, I mean, I would definitely get on that. If you're which everybody here on the call is local, hopefully you can make it to my house on February 5th for the spring launch. To be able to see all the products. That'll start at 6 p.m. I don't know if we're gonna make anything.
Where was that funnel link?
It's in the bandwagon page.
Okay,
Yep, it's on there. So if you go to bandwagon, then click on events.
okay.
And the other thing too, to just give you guys a little bit of a refresher, because I've been talking about it the last few months, but maybe you're not completely aware of it. I did it for the last 3 months and I'm doing it again this month. We already did the consultant call this month, but one other thing is I'm doing to be part, like an organization training is, so we'll have the team meeting the first week. And then the second week, I have a call just with me. And just if you are a consultant with 0 team members on your team. This week's call, tomorrow night or Monday night is going to be for consultants that are senior consultants that have 1 team member. And then the third week I do a call with consultants in our organization that have 2 or more team members, but they're not directors yet. So a team leader call. So I'm doing consultant level calls that we can talk about specific stuff about, being a consultant, or if you're hoping to move up, we can talk about that. So just about your level that you're at. So that's, once a month, you've got like an extra training with me. And it's only people that are your level on it. So you're not hearing people that are directors and talking, you know what I mean? Like you're all on the same page, the all level playing field. Okay. So those have been Jamie, I'm trying to think, Jamie, have you got on those?
Mm. Yeah, I think so in the past.
Yeah. So they're really enjoying them. I mean, it's been going really well. So, obviously I don't have as much in senior consultants in the team leader calls, but the consultant calls have been going well. So, next month, because we have the fill your funnel, we're going to do the consultant level call at 6 p.m. I haven't I'll put that out. And then basically we'll just go right into Cindy's call from that. Okay.
so is it always like the second Monday or?
That's what I'm gonna do. Because we've been having our team meetings on Mondays. Monday is just a good night for me. I feel like it's usually a good night for a lot of people. So that's what I've been doing. Was that a bad night for you, Kim? So, okay. But yeah, so anybody else have any questions? All right, otherwise I'm gonna let you go and I'll get that stuff out to you tomorrow. If I have time tonight, I'll try to do it tonight, but we go until 8 tonight. So yeah, we have 2 hours, then we get an hour break, 2 hours, and we have an hour break, 2 hours, we have an hour break. So yeah, it's like, hurry up, stuff my face with something, go to the bathroom, sit back down. Like, yeah, so, but it's been really good so far. So, and like I said, you guys are going to love the new fall product or the new spring product. So pretty awesome what they came up with. All right. Also feel free, you can always reach out to me if you have a question too, guys. Okay, just send me a message.
Okay.
Thank you for taking
Thank
time.
you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Bye.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.